What's going on, guys? I'm your host from the East Coast, Jinder94, here to give you guys my WWE SmackDown Live review for September 13th, 2016, the fallout for Backlash. So we had, the new world champion AJ Styles, of course, coming out to celebrate his victory over Dean Ambrose at Backlash, which I thought was an incredible contest, by the way. I don't know if it was better than Miz and Ziggler, but it was definitely a great match. And but AJ had to use some tactics to win the match and win the title. He kicked Dean in the groin while the ref was distracted and was able to pick up the win. Before I get into the review, I want to talk about why I enjoyed that so much. One, because AJ is a heel, so of course you get the heel heat. You beat the top face champion on SmackDown with a dirty tactic to win your first world championship inside of WWE. Two, I've been following AJ Styles since around like 2004, and I always wanted him to be in the WWE, and I always wanted him to be world champion. So when he won at Backlash on Sunday, it was just one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life. Even though he, used the dirty tactic to do it, but it was still very enjoyable for me, personally as a AJ Styles fan, to see him, have success everywhere he's gone. Like, I remember when he won the TNA World Championship, that was a great moment for me as well. Just enjoy watching all the things that he does, and he's had an incredible career. He's just a legend in the wrestling business to me, and I was so happy he was able to win a world championship inside, a WWE ring. And the fans loved him. They were pro AJ Styles. So when he won, they definitely cheered for him a lot more than they booed for him. So it was just great all around. But so let's get into SmackDown. So he came out, of course, he's bragging, saying he told everybody he was going to do exactly what he was going to do to Dean Ambrose, to John Cena at SummerSlam, and now he's really the face that runs the place, and he's the champ that runs the camp. So all this bragging, and John Cena comes out, and I already knew what was going to happen. He came out mostly serious. He still did his little pandering to the crowd, but of course, he got right down to business. He got in the ring, and he was like, AJ has something that belongs to him, and he wants to take it back. AJ was like, oh, man, of course, no problem. So he took off the headband he's been wearing on his forearm the whole time and gave it back to Cena. He was like, well, I got the title now, so I don't need this anymore. There you go. And throws it at him. Cena was like, nope, you still have something that belongs to me. And the bad news is that I finally decided that I want to take it back. Ric Flair said, to be the man, you have to beat the man. And if he wins the championship one more time, he'll be in the conversation with the man. Because Cena's a 15-time world champion. If he wins it again, he's tied with Ric Flair for 16 times. So it'll be historic if he wins another world championship, which I'm sure is going to happen. I'm sure he's going to break the record. And Cena said he couldn't think of a better way to make history than by beating AJ. And the 16-time world champion is here. Cena was pretty much proclamating that he's a 16-time world champion because he already put it in stone that at No Mercy he's gonna win the championship. It don't even matter. It's already won. You might as well just give him the title now. GG. So then Dean Ambrose comes out because he's like, no. I can handle losing the title. Championships, they come and go. That's fine. But the fact that you had to kick me in the jewels and steal the title, now I got a problem. You made the biggest mistake of your life. You have now made me your enemy, and that's something you don't want to do. And he's going to make his life miserable, and he's going to take his title plus interest. And I like what Dean Ambrose did here, because if you remember back to when him and Seth Rollins were feuding, like right after, I believe, Seth became WWE champion, Dean made his life a living hell. He would follow him around, he would attack him, and he would do everything he can to make Seth Rollins freaking paranoid all the time. Like, Seth couldn't get away from Dean Ambrose to go to the bathroom or something. Everywhere he went, Dean Ambrose was there. That's something AJ don't want to deal with. So I liked what Dean did there. But John Cena stopped him in the mid-promo while he was going off and was just like, hold up. Wait a minute. You hung him by his crotch the SmackDown before Backlash, and now you're mad that he returned the favor to you. You know what? Stone Cold was right for calling you out on his podcast. And I'm surprised the low blow even hurt because you don't got no balls. I was like, ooh, okay, Cena. My goodness. The shots was fired all over the place in this ring. AJ just standing back like, whoa, okay, y'all two can have at it. Dean was like, you must have mistaken me for somebody who gives a damn what you say and think. Because I don't. He calls Cena a lazy part-timer. He says you're better off doing shows and movies because you can't keep up anymore. The WWE uses you as a corporate puppet because you look great, but you can't get it done anymore. You couldn't beat AJ at SummerSlam, so what makes you think you're going to beat me? You're just a Hollywood puppet. He pretty much just called him The Rock. That's what Dean did here. He pretty much called John Cena The Rock. I love this segment, man. It was just great. Shane came out and made a triple threat match for No Mercy for the WWE Championship. But I just love this segment. Everybody came out, said their piece, was able to get some heat thrown at their opponents. AJ was like, you know what, I beat both of you, I don't care. Cena was like, you got something I want. I'm still the face that runs the place. I want my title back. Dean was like, you know, John Cena, you're a part-timer, and AJ, if you would have beat me clean, I would have had no problem with you, but now you made me your enemy, and that's something you don't want to do. So yeah, Shane came out, made the triple threat match for No Mercy, and he made a tag team match for tonight. It was Dean and John versus AJ and a partner of AJ's choosing. And the reason I love this is because AJ, for weeks since he's been drafted to SmackDown, ever since he beat Cena, all the time, he's just like, I'm the face that runs the place. I'm the top dog around here. And, you know, he's just been so arrogant and braggadocious. It's just like, now you got to find a partner. You done burned your bridges with everybody on the SmackDown roster, and now you got to go find a partner. So he was just like, if you can't find a partner will be appointed to you. AJ's like, oh, god dang it. Why did I have to brag so much? Now I'm not going to be able to find nobody. Nobody's going to want to team up with me because I pretty much buried everybody. And, you know, Dean and John have to put their differences aside to win a tag team match. But I love that. So after this, we had the first match of the night, which was the Usos versus the Hype Bros. Still no reaction from the Hype Bros. I still don't know what it is. I just think maybe it's just Mojo Rawley. I think maybe he's just the problem here. The crowd doesn't really know who he is. Like, they know he's from NXT, but he wasn't really showcased on NXT. They kind of brought him up way too early. I think Zack Ryder should have just, you know, been built up a little bit better, like as a singles competitor, especially coming off of WrestleMania where he won the IC Championship in the ladder match. I think they should have just built him up more, but he's pretty much back to being buried. Because I don't see no future with Mojo Rawley and the Hype Bros. I don't see them ever being tag team champions. I don't see in WWE investing stock in any one of these guys as a team. So they had a match with the Usos, who I just love how they have their entrance now. You remember their entrance used to be flamboyant. They used to come out, do the Samoan chants and all of that good stuff, and, you know, the smiling, the dabbing, all of that. They used to do all of it. And I personally enjoyed it. But now that they're heels, they just come out. There's no build up to the entrance. There's no nothing. They just walk to the ring, mean mug you, and get down to business. They go by the turnbuckle. Once it's on the top, one's like right near the bottom of it, and they just waiting. They're just waiting to kick your ass. And I just love it. Their heel persona, just their look as heels is just great. And they handled the Hype Bros easily. There was really no chance for them. And I like the finisher that they use now, where they like break down your body part the whole match, and then like they do the Samoan splash onto that specific body part. So there's really no chance of you kicking out of that. So yeah, that was great. I think they're going to work their way back up for a tag team championship match against Heath, Slater, and Rhino, because they have unfinished business with these guys. So we'll see that match probably sooner rather than later. The Miz came out to address his, never-ending IC Championship World Tour. He said I think he's got like 168 days as IC champion, and he's had a longer reign than like over 100 wrestlers to hold the title or something like that. Coming off his win against Dolph at Backlash, where Maurice had to spray Dolph with something, maybe pepper spray or something, to enable Miz to pick up the victory in the match. He said, you can call him a coward, you call him whatever you want to call him, but he's still the Intercontinental Champion, and he still has Maurice at his side, and he's never gonna lose the IC Championship, and all this other good stuff. So Dolph Ziggler comes back out and says, you're holding the title, but you're trying to prove to yourself that you're a real champion. But deep down inside, no matter what you do, they will always laugh at you, and you're not fooling them. They're not going to believe you. They can't. Everything you do is just, no, we're not doing that. You won't be a top guy. You won't be they won't take you seriously as a world champion if you ever become one. They won't take you serious as a main event guy. You're just a laughingstock, pretty much. Miz said if he cared what the fans said, then he might as well be 6 feet under, just like Dolph's career. I was just like, dang, you just had to bury this man's career even more. Oh my gosh. This was just a night of insults. Like, everybody was taking out everybody. It was just hilarious. Dolph was like, you know what? True. My career hasn't been going the way I've wanted it to go. But you'll have an asterisk by your win at Backlash. And Dolph was like, just one more time. No wife, no valets, no gimmicks. Just me versus you. And Maurice got mad, like, really? You trying to say, like, I can't be at ringside for my husband's match? And the crowd wasn't even going to let her talk. Then Daniel Bryan came out and said, Maurice is the only reason the Miz won at Backlash, and Dolph will get his rematch. And Miz got pissed off at him because, they still had that heat from that Talking Smack segment, where Daniel Bryan called him a coward, and then the Miz just dropped this incredible promo on him. I'll still give him credit for that promo. That was just crazy. It had the IWC going. Like, everybody was talking about that promo he dropped. So, of course, they still have their friction there. And with Daniel Bryan being the GM, he's going to try everything he can to make sure the Miz's life is a living hell, pretty much. The Miz was like, Dolph Ziggler didn't earn a match in the first place, which is kind of true. Miz said he told Daniel Bryan at Backlash that if he won, he wanted a contract restructuring. And until he gets what he wants, he won't be defending the title. And he does what he wants and leaves. He got up out the ring. He was gone. He went through the crowd. Daniel Bryan went to the ring, and it was just over. Miz was gone. No more Miz. So the whole night they had AJ searching for a partner. He ran into Baron Corbin, and Corbin was like, he'd rather be his opponent than his partner, and he wants the title. I like that from Baron Corbin. He keeps his lone wolf status up. He doesn't like teaming up with people, so he's gonna be on his own and do his own thing. And he made it known to AJ that, hey, I want that title, so I'm not about to be your friend to help you out. I like what they did there with him. And then they have this match, Baron Corbin versus Apollo Crews. Well, actually, the match don't even happen. Apollo came to the ring. He was pissed because he lost on the pre-show to Baron Corbin at Backlash. He wasn't smiling or anything, but he went to go, do his little taunt on the top rope, and Baron Corbin knocked him off the top rope and hit the end of days outside the ring, which seems to be his staple. He did it to Dolph Ziggler so many times, and now he's doing it to Crews. This rivalry stems back from NXT. They fought in NXT, and I believe Apollo won that rivalry, so they brought it up to the main roster, and these two are still going after each other, but the match didn't even happen. He hit the end of days, and that was pretty much it. And then, coming off of Monday Night Raw, Jack Swagger shows up to SmackDown. They teased that his contract was ending with Raw, and what was he going to do after that, and now I guess we know. He's now on SmackDown. They no-sold his entrance, except for the We the People part. He said, he was just talking about being on SmackDown. He said, it's the land of opportunity, and everything you've known about Jack Swagger goes out the window. So I guess that means your world championships don't matter, huh? Yeah. Anyway, he said, he's a former world champion, and he's going to be a big problem to SmackDown Live. And the crowd they weren't giving him any reaction. I'm just like, this man is buried even more. The crowd buried him. the crowd buried him. They gave this man a mic to put himself over, and the crowd buried him. I don't care about Jack Swagger no more. He was cool as world champion. You know, the All American gimmick, that was fine. But now after he was with Cesaro and Zeb Coulter, he don't matter no more. So that was whatever. Maybe he's going to feud with Baron Corbin because Corbin got the hell up out of there. But he was just looking at him as he was walking away like, why are you here? But, yeah, so Jack Swagger's now on SmackDown Live and nobody cares. Becky Lynch comes out to celebrate her Women's Championship win, and she gets in the ring and she's interviewed. She says she was in the fight of her life. You know, she was getting beat up for most of the match, and she had to overcome adversity just like she has her whole career to become the first SmackDown Women's Champion, and she's ready for her first title defense. She's ready to fight. Becky Balboa is ready to defend her championship. So what they did, they set up a fatal 5-way with the women that were in the Women's Championship match on Sunday at Backlash for a number 1 contenders match, and you know, the first one to get a pinfall would win. So I like this match better than the 6-pack challenge at Backlash, to be honest with you. More closer pinfalls to make it seem more of a realistic match, and better situations for them to work. No, it wasn't just like 1-on-1 the whole match. There were multiple women in the ring at all times. Nikki Bella was breaking up any and every pin attempt that was happening. And they were breaking up her pin attempts. Her and Carmella still had their rivalry. Carmella kept trying to run away from her. When the match first started, Nikki Bella immediately speared Carmella. I'm just like, oh my god. Like, I was just dying laughing. And I'm glad that they keep their rivalry going. They keep the fact that Nikki Bella wants to kill this girl, and you mess with the wrong one. And it's just hilarious. Carmella keeps trying to run away from her, but she's trying to strike when the opportunity presents itself to strike. And they looked great in this match. I liked it. Natalya, being the veteran, she was, taking everybody out. Naomi smacked Nikki Bella with her butt cheeks. That was fine. Naomi's really athletic, and I think the fact that she just has a nice butt, they just use that and just, I don't know, they kind of try to take away from the seriousness of her. Like, her entrance is based off of, how thick she is, pretty much. I'm not complaining, but I don't think they're ever going to consider her a champion, which is unfortunate because I believe she should be a women's champion in the next few months, to be honest. She's been ready for far too long, ever since she separated from Cameron and, came into her own as a character. So, but yeah, Alexa Bliss looked great in this match as well. I told y'all about Alexa Bliss, though. When she was drafted, I told y'all about her. She's great. If they let her work, she does incredible ring work, and I really enjoy watching her wrestle. I think she should have been an NXT Women's Champion, to be honest with you. And I think she's going to be a Women's Champion, probably not soon, but in the near future. I definitely can see her being a Women's Champion. But yeah, Alexa Bliss, she's very underrated. And she has that edge, opportunistic feel to her, because that's exactly what she did to win this match. She waited for the opportunity to be right when Carmella finally struck at Nikki Bella. She hit her with a super kick and Nikki Bella was out. Carmella was about to go for the pin, but Alexa Bliss sneaked in there and threw her outside the ring and got the pin attempt and was able to become the number 1 contender for Becky Lynch's Women's Championship. I like that because Alexa Bliss is the heel. She's opportunistic and she took advantage. She looked good in the match. And one thing I'm happy that they didn't do is that spot that they did at Backlash, that superplex powerbomb spot. They didn't do it. I was so happy because it seemed like every fatal 4-way, 5-way, or 6-person match that they do, they always have to do that spot. And I'm glad they didn't do it on SmackDown. But yeah, Nikki Bella and Carmella's rivalry is going to continue. You got Alexa Bliss going after Becky Lynch. And then we'll see what happens with Natalya and Naomi. But that remains to be seen, but I really enjoyed this match, and Alexa Bliss is now the number 1 contender. Let's see. After this, we had AJ Styles still looking for a tag team partner, and he goes to Kane, and he just kind of knew already that Kane was gonna say no, but he asked him anyway. He was just like, "Hey, Kane, you want to team up with me? Listen, I'm just gonna get down to it. You want to team up with me? I need your help." Kane looked at him and laughed and walked away. Kane laughed at AJ Styles. I'm just like, oh my goodness, why would you even ask him? So we had Heath Slater's contract signing after this, and I was really happy for him because he's so over with the crowd. He's worked his way to the tag team championships with Rhino, even though Rhino pretty much carried him on his back, literally, to those titles. But yeah, he comes out, he officially gets to sign his contract and become a member of the SmackDown roster. No gimmicks. He came out, thanked everybody, thanked the fans, thanked his like 13,000 kids. He has merch too. He has a "I got kids" shirt. I need this job. It's a nice shirt, to be honest. He has that. He thanked Rhino for taking a chance on him and teaming up with him and winning the championships with him. And he thanked Shane and Daniel Bryan for the opportunity. Thanked the fans, of course. It was just really good, a feel good story. He had a great payoff for not being drafted, being the hottest free agent, to finally getting his chance and taking full advantage of it, and becoming SmackDown Tag Team Champions. He said now him and his wife are gonna get a double wide, and and then he went on to say they'll challenge anybody, anywhere, any place or whatever. So then the Ascension come out, and I'm just like, oh, okay, all right, they go finally push the Ascension finally. The Ascension have been so misused. It's crazy. It doesn't even make any sense. So the Ascension come out, was like, well, you said you'll defend it anytime, anywhere, to anybody. So why not us? Let's go ahead and do this. Heath Slater's like, well, we can't do it now. I'm signing my contract. The ring isn't ready. We don't have a ref. And Shane was like, you know what? Okay, let's do it now. Let's clear out the ring. Let's get some guys in here and let's have this match. And Heath's looking at him like, really, man? Like, you serious? Like right now? Like right now? Okay. So they have the match. And I'm just like, all right, cool. They're going to get the Ascension a chance to at least look good in the match. Because, I like their double team moves. They botched the move during the match, which kind of made me mad. But, as per usual and as per usual, Rhino got in and they buried the Ascension. No chance for the Ascension to be built up. They buried them. They beat them in like 2 minutes and retained their championships. I'm just like, they were gonna make this a good match, but they didn't. Rhino got the hot tag, and then it was over after that. He gored Victor and got the win. So everything I said about the Ascension is gone out the window, and they're still buried. AJ is still looking for a partner, can't find anybody, but he does find Daniel Bryan, who says, he says he doesn't need a partner, and he'll go out there by himself. Dan was like, well, that's unfortunate. Well, I'll have somebody for you. And Daniel Bryan gets the boy chinless wonder, James Ellsworth. And if you don't know who James Ellsworth is, he's the first guy to be destroyed by the Braun Strowman on Monday Night Raw. And I'm just like dying laughing. I'm like, you guys literally went to the bottom of the barrel for a guy I thought died in the match to get him to team up with AJ Styles versus John Cena and Dean Ambrose. I'm like, you really about to make this happen? Like, they had the cinematic and everything. AJ's just standing there pissed. They had it all lined up. They were like, coming up next is Dean Ambrose and John Cena versus AJ Styles and James Ellsworth. They just had his picture there. I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is not happening. This could not be happening. I'm sitting there laughing my ass off. I was going crazy. I'm like, y'all really went and got this man? So they let that stew over for a little bit. And it's just fun. I'm going to put a picture on the screen if I haven't already. If you guys have not seen this man, it's just, oh my goodness. Strowman killed this man on Raw. It was just hilarious. Anyway, so Randy Orton came out to confront Bray Wyatt, I guess. he was attacked at Backlash, so they could do up the injury angle. It was said that he had a concussion. That was the reason why he couldn't fight Bray. But Randy Orton came out. He was like, I understand what Bray did. He's scared. He says he's the face of fear, but he only says that because he's afraid of me. He was afraid of Backlash, and that's why he attacked him. He failed trying to take him out, so he's ready for a fight now. So let's get this on, and if Bray has any balls, come down and face his fear. So Bray shows up on the screen in his, nice little smoky background and, typical Bray Wyatt stuff. He says a wise man knows when to stay down. He gave him a gift, a way out, and all he had to do was stay down, but he didn't. He chose to get up and embarrass him at Backlash, and now he knows what he must do. He says he promises this rivalry will not end, and he tells him not to sleep. And then, he does a little cutaway cinematic that he always does, and then he's outside the ring behind Orton, right near the announce table, just leaning up against the table. Orton's like, "Come on, man, get in the ring. Let's do this." And then it does it again, and it pops into the ring where Orton is standing, and Eric Rowan is behind him and attacks him. So I guess him and Bray are back in the Wyatt. Let me talk about this for a minute, because they're pissing me off here. First, you guys want the Wyatt family. Then you want to break up the Wyatt family. Then you want to bring the Wyatt family back. Then you have Bray leave Eric Rowan. You put Strowman on Raw. And now they're back again. Like, come on. Make up your mind. Like, if you're going to have the Wyatt family, have the Wyatt family. Don't keep breaking them up and bringing them back, because every time you do it, it's just going to hurt them. It's not doing them any favors to have them be a family, then break up, then be a family again, then break up, then be a family, then break up. It don't work like that. It don't. That'd just be like the Shield. Okay, you break up the Shield. Fine, perfect. Okay, you tease them coming back. Alright, that's fine. Maybe they do come back one day. But that's just like, a few months later. Okay, Shield again. Yeah, we're dominant. Okay, we turned on each other again. Alright, now the Shield again. Like that, it don't work. No. That doesn't get anybody over. It doesn't help anybody. Just keep... They have no direction with these guys, I swear. They have no direction. And I'm pretty sure maybe they wouldn't have taken away Luke Harper. He's hurt. You can't really play up injury. You can't really guess those. So, but with Eric Rowan, it's just like, how many times can they do this? That's just like saying, oh, we trade Braun Strowman to SmackDown so he can be back in the Wyatt family. Like, come on. What point is that? What point is that? Like, what's the point? Who is that gonna help? Who is that really gonna help? I don't know. I think they're failing hard with Bray Wyatt. I think Bray Wyatt should have been the one to face Dolph Ziggler. Dean Ambrose at SummerSlam. I think that would have been a better choice. No disrespect to Dolph Ziggler, because I actually like Dolph Ziggler. But how many times are you gonna bury this man Bray Wyatt? Like, Orton's about to bury him. You had Undertaker bury him at WrestleMania. The year after he lost to Brock Lesnar, you don't put the Bray Wyatt with Brock Lesnar. Bray could get a big, like, they had that built up perfectly around the Royal Rumble last year. They had, Bray Wyatt going after Brock with the whole family. They were, about to take him out. Brock single-handedly eliminated every member of the Wyatt family from the Royal Rumble. So that didn't do any favors to them. Bray hasn't won a major match in I don't know when. Dolph Ziggler beat him clean. Like, what are we doing here? Roman Reigns beat him. I don't know has he faced Dean Ambrose yet? I think so. He probably lost to him too. Like, what are we doing with Bray Wyatt? Bray Wyatt's promos are excellent. He's one of the top 5 in the WWE right now in promos. His promos, they add the mystique to him. It's just kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, his promos are great. They give him the great look. They have the great, backdrop and everything when he's doing his promos and he's not in the ring. When he comes out, he's polarizing. They have the lights, the fireflies as they call them. Everybody turns their flashlights on their phone. When I go to SmackDown, I'm going to turn my light on my phone too. Like, I'm not playing no games. Bray Wyatt is is loved by the fans, even though he's a heel. He's loved. People want to see him succeed, and WWE is not going to have him succeed. Now, I know he's had injuries, I understand. But still, like, what are we doing with him? So, Eric Rowan's beating up Randy Orton in the ring, and then, he starts, getting too cocky, and didn't keep an eye on Randy Orton, and then what happens? Out of nowhere, Randy Orton hits the RKO. And that's just, adding on to the out of nowheres for Randy Orton. Because, you wouldn't expect the guy getting beat down to just pop up, RKO you. But that's part of Randy Orton's thing. That's his stick. That's his gimmick. You got to keep an eye on him. He's the Viper. He strikes just like that. And if you're not prepared for it, then you're in for some very bad times with Randy Orton. But I just don't know what they're doing with Bray here. But, RKO out of nowhere, and their rivalry is going to continue. So now we get to the main event, which is AJ Styles and James Ellsworth. Can't believe I would ever be saying those two names in the same sentence. But nonetheless, they definitely teamed up to face John Cena and Dean Ambrose. So AJ Styles comes out, and he's just very upset. He's like, I really have to team with this guy. Like, are you serious? So he gets to the ring. They announce his partner. He comes out with no music. The crowd loves him because they know exactly who he is. And he's just been a walking meme ever since that match with the Strowman. So he comes out, and I'm just like, they're really doing this? And then, boom, The Miz attacks him. And I'm just like, yes! The Miz attacked him on the entrance ramp and hit him with the skull-crushing finale and got him all the way out of there. He threw, like, the refs were coming from the back, and The Miz just threw him at them. Like, here, take this filth, get him away. I'm the main event. I'm the main event. And I loved what they did here. Excellent building of The Miz. He said he's going to come back when he wants to come back and do exactly what he wants to do. So he took the guy that Daniel Bryan appointed to be AJ's partner and made him, like, more of a laughingstock. He beat him up. He got him out of there and inserted himself as AJ's partner. And AJ couldn't have been more happy to have that happen. AJ was so happy. He loved it. So The Miz is going to be AJ Styles' partner instead of James Ellsworth. James, if he would have gotten that ring, he would have got killed. It just wouldn't have been pretty. They would have won in like 3 seconds. But I love what they did here. They got the heat on The Miz. The crowd was, enjoying AJ Styles' misery. And The Miz killed it. Got some heat, got some booze. And, you want your Intercontinental Champion. Not look as good as your World Champion, but to be, at least respected more or disrespected. Get that heat, get a reaction from him. Build him up to make him look strong. And, you got to do those things with the heels. You got to let them take out the people that the crowd wants to see. That's all part of being a heel. So I love what they did. And then they, have the match. It seemed Dean was on a mission here because he was out to prove that he was, legit coming after that title. He didn't care about having a tag team partner. And he was just on a mission. He was like a one-man show. He wasn't tagging Cena in either. He was just, Cena was over there like, yo, man, tag me in. Like, Dean was getting beat down. He wouldn't tag him in. He had the chance to tag Cena in. He didn't. He just wanted to win the match on his own. And Cena was pissed. He was just like, dude, I'm your partner. You can tag me in. And Dean had perfect opportunities to do it. He just didn't. His ego would not allow him to do so. He was pissed. He was embarrassed that he lost his title the way he lost it. And he wanted to get at AJ and, pay him back for it. AJ and The Miz, on the other hand, worked as a cohesive unit in this match. They got the right heat. They neutralized Dean the way they were supposed to neutralize him. Was able to perform a majority of their moves, break him down to the point where he needs to tag in John Cena, but they knew he wasn't going to do it, so why not just keep on beating him up? Cena eventually got in with the hot tag, and after that, they pretty much won the match. Cena hit the AA on The Miz, which protects AJ Styles from getting pinned, and, it's okay to have The Miz get pinned there. He's, not the world champion. He's the Intercontinental Champion, but not the world champion. He was able to work better in this match. Was able to, perform his moves and whatever, but you still protect your new champion, AJ Styles. Miz has been champion for a while, so he's okay to take a pin from John Cena. It's okay. It's gonna be all right. The Miz isn't going anywhere. It's not like, you know, the Miz took a pin from James Ellsworth or something. That would have been bad. But no, he got pinned by Cena. Cena hit the AA. Cena was celebrating. He was like, see, man, that's all you had to do was tag me in, and I was going to finish off the match. No problems, no worries. And Dean is just standing there after they win like, why did I tag you in anyway? And then he hit him with the dirty deeds after Cena was done celebrating. Because, you know, they had their heated, you know, exchange earlier in the night, and Dean wasn't letting that go. He's like, no, we not cool. We won the match, but we not friends. I told you. You're just a part-timer. You can't keep up with me. I'm getting my title back. I'm not about to befriend you, and we're about to have a match in a couple weeks. Nah, that's not how this is about to work. And he hit him with the dirty deeds, and that was pretty much it. Cena was laid out, and then AJ was standing at the top of the ramp with the belt. I liked what they did here with all three of these guys. Cena got the win. Dean got the nice little culmination of the promos they had earlier on Cena, and AJ walked out with the title. Can't have it much more better than that. SmackDown was really enjoyable for me. I really did enjoy SmackDown. The matches were fine. The Hype Bros aren't getting any reaction, but whatever. I love the Heath Slater thing and what they did with, you know, him getting his contract, his payoff. I enjoyed that. The SmackDown stage and lighting is just incredible. It's just beautiful. Beautiful set. The commentary, I love Mauro Ranallo. I really do. But JBL and Otunga, they gotta go. I can't with them. No. Otunga, sometimes you forget he's there. JBL just always talks over Mauro, and it's just really annoying. Mauro can't get his points out. And I stopped liking JBL as a commentator years ago. He worked better with Michael Cole, to be honest. Like, if you would have put Corey Graves on SmackDown, it would have flowed so much better. Corey Graves is an incredible commentator, and him being with Mauro Ranallo would have just been gold. You know, all the points that Corey Graves makes, you know, to counteract everything Mauro would say. It would be incredible to see them go back and forth. But the good part about it is he would let Mauro get his points out before, you know, interrupting him and talking over him. Even though he's, you know, the heel commentator, he still lets the points get heard and even sometimes gives credit to people who actually do a good job. He doesn't just bury everybody. And JBL is just so aggravating, so annoying. He was better just as a wrestler. I know he's retired now, but just put him on like the pre-show or something, because like I really don't care about him. And he always like botching whatever he said. Like when Daniel Bryan came out, he was like, "Oh look, it's the general manager of Raw," and then like 30 seconds later, he's like, "Oh, I'm in SmackDown." Like, come on, you can't be making these mistakes. He's just really annoying. He doesn't flow good with Mauro at all. But other than that, just nitpicks. Definitely enjoy SmackDown, and you know, I love the stories that they're telling and progressing, and you know, all the storylines being built and started up. So we'll see where it goes from there. I don't know what they're gonna do with Heath Slater and Rhino, who they're gonna have go after them. Probably the Usos eventually, but yeah, we'll see. SmackDown's very enjoyable for, you know, only being a 2-hour show, so I enjoyed it. Did you guys enjoy SmackDown? I hope you did. Let me know in the comment section if you guys enjoyed it. And leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you guys are new. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later on. Peace.